2023 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Victor Wembanyama from Nanterre, France.
Victor Wembanyama sharing this moment with his family. Every phone in this arena is out capturing this historical moment because he is perhaps the greatest prospect to ever walk across this stage. He heads to San Antonio, following in the footsteps of fellow Frenchman Tony Parker, who he idolized growing up, of Manu Ginobili, a fellow #1 picks, Tim Duncan, David Robinson, all of whom won championships with the franchise under the tutelage of Greg Popovich, the winningest coach in league history. And at 7'4", an elite rim protector with outside range, he is where the league's past, Jay, meets its present. A dominant big man for the modern era.
Singularly unique, and I'm using unique correctly because there are no gradations of unique. You can't be very unique or the most unique.
Here, Jake.
I had to do that for my wife. She's an English major. She gets me about that.
Did you go to Duke?
Oh, no. We're not talking about Jukies in there. Here we go.
But your point about the shot blocking, so in the French league, Rudy Gobert played in the same league.
Right.
Played 27 games. Victor Wembanyama played 34 games in that league and blocked over 50 more shots than Rudy Gobert did. I mean, that's significant. He's an 83% free throw shooter. He's got a great shooting touch. He only shoots about 30% from three, but I think that's going to improve because he's got really good mechanics. He's the real deal. He's one of those guys, you just have to watch it and you'll see. You don't have to listen to it. Watch it and you know.
With the second pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Brandon Miller from the University of Alabama.
Brandon Miller, the SEC Player of the Year, the Newcomer of the Year. Mitch Kupchak, the general manager in Charlotte, he was in attendance for Miller's season-high 41 points against South Carolina. That was back in February. But, Jay, I mean, his ability to shoot the ball.
With the third pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Scoot Henderson from Marietta, Georgia, and the NBA G League's Team Ignite.
Scoot Henderson, big game, big personality, of course, from the G League Ignite, following in the footsteps of Jalen Green, Jonathan Kuminga, Dyson Daniels, all top 10 picks here out of the Ignite.
The reality is, with his athleticism and physical profile, he doesn't necessarily need to ever become a great three-point shooter. Think about prime Derrick Rose, Ja Morant, Russell Westbrook, three of the greatest guards of this generation. They've been able to dominate the game without ever developing a reliable three-point shot.
Yeah, Jay, can we go back to that? Young Russell Westbrook is what you were saying.
Yeah, because of the athletic profile. I mean, he's an explosive downhill driver that's got great body control, a great first step. He's a power.
He is shifty. He hunts the paint. He has great footwork. There is such an incredible foundation for Amen Thompson to be a great NBA player, and he's a worker. He puts the time in. I've been told he has an incredible work ethic. I think we're going to see him grow immense amounts from here. Average just over 16 points, just under 6 assists, 5.9 rebounds per game. And how special is it?
With the fifth pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Asar Thompson from Oakland, California, and Overtime Duluth.
Twin brothers selected back-to-back here in the 2023 NBA Draft.
He improved that toward the end of the season, but a really good cutter. But where I think he can stand out is he's a good passer, but his defensive ability. He's got the ability to be an elite defender.
With the sixth pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Anthony Black from the University of Arkansas.
Anthony Black, led the SEC in minutes played. He was the only Arkansas player to start every game this last season. And I had a conversation with him earlier this week, and he told me that he was unranked players to really be able to do something special.
They have one of the best cores in the NBA, young cores in the NBA. Franz Wagner, we mentioned Banchero, Jalen Suggs, Cole Anthony. Now add Anthony Black to that. The one thing is, the Orlando Magic are an awful shooting team. And Markelle Fultz.
With the 7th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Indiana Pacers select Bilal Coulibaly from Cote d'Ivoire, France.
Bilal Coulibaly, of course, the teammate of Victor Wembanyama on Mets 92. He first played with Wembanyama when they were 12 years old, but he really impressed at the draft combine. Adam Silver, here it is, picking up his hat. What a moment for all of these young men tonight. Bilal Coulibaly being selected 7th to Indiana, and of course Victor Wembanyama.
With the 8th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select Jarris Walker from the University of Houston.
Jarris Walker on the board for Washington, but of course we know is going to Indiana, as our Adrian Wojnarowski just reported.
He's got a ton of ability, and the power that he plays with is really impressive. He's an athletic big guy that can step away and knock down shots.
He's the first top 10 pick.
With the 9th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Utah Jazz select Taylor Hendricks from UCF.
Taylor Hendricks, the first ever player out of UCF to be drafted in the first round. And he's actually from Florida. He got offers from Miami, from Florida State. Ultimately, he blazed his own path, choosing UCF and becoming the first pick out of the program.
Kessler and protecting the rim as a 4, that's pretty impressive.
I know 3 and D is a thing. I'm going to add a T at the end because he scored just under 1.5 points in transition. The T is for transition. 3, D, and T. We're just going to create a new phrase because he was at the top of Division I in scoring in transition. He sprints down the floor.
And with the 10th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Cason Wallace from the University.